Coming off of opening day, we're feeling pretty good about ourselves as we had an awesome hunt where we pulled a absolutely beautiful gobbler off the roost and we were able to take him, and overall had about as good of an opening day as you can ask for. But now it's still early season and we're coming off that hunt looking to get on a particular bird which came in after the shot on opening day looking for a fight because he heard the turkey we shot flapping. So we know this is a very dominant gobbler, and based on preseason scouting and previous years of hunting, we know he roosts on the same ridge every night and pitches out off the property into a field where there's almost always hens. Last night we actually roosted him and got him super fired up while he was still in the field before he pitched up to the roost, and then called from where we want to set up the next morning so that he knows where we are, and hopefully he'll head straight to us in the morning. And hopefully this will finally be enough to tip the balance and get this tough bird killed. Alright, we just heard our first gobble here, and he's exactly where he was last night, so we're gonna slip in position and see if we can get in a good spot to kill him. So it'll be light here in about 20 minutes. We got a little bit of time. Whew, I'm shaking so bad. We're set up here. I'm gonna do a little bit calling right off the bat to let him know I'm here. He's gobbling, man. He's gobbling. And as it got lighter, I continued light calling to him while he was still in the roost, and then did a fly down. And then I set up in the same place and started calling again, and he responded at practically every noise I made. Then, after calling super aggressively and him responding to me so well, he shut up, and I was confident that he was coming my way. So I totally shut up and just waited there patiently for him to come charging in. But after more than 20 minutes of patient waiting, he finally gobbled further up the field, further away from me. So, assuming he had hens, I decided to make a loop around him through the woods, try and call from another angle, and to pull him out of the field, which we can't hunt. And while looping around him, I walked up on a raccoon, which ran around through the woods and then climbed a tree, which looked like it might have been its nest. But then I finally got set up again, and after some light calling and hearing him gobble once, I got a little more aggressive and got him super fired up. And then I shut up and continued doing nothing but scratching the leaves and being fairly quiet, hoping he would pop over the hill. But like before, nothing happened. So I decided to try and take advantage of the dominant side of him by trying to mimic two Jakes fighting a few minutes after giving some light Jake yelp. But once again, nothing happened. And so for the rest of the hunt, I transitioned to hunting the bird more patiently rather than trying to aggressively pull him in. But he refused to come in, and after about 3 hours of playing chess with him, I finally decided to back out and come out tomorrow and try something a little bit different. Alright, day 2. We're headed out again. We're going to go after the same bird. I think he's going to be a tricky one to kill, but we're going to stick on him and see if we can figure him out. Today, I think I'm going to, instead of setting up where I did, I'm going to go way around him in the dark yet and set up on the opposite side of him. And maybe that'll change something up, but he's a mature gobbler, and he don't act like no 2-year-old and come right in. So he's going to be a tricky one, but we're going to do our best. Alright, so we're set up here, and he's right here, about 100 yards away gobbling, so. And after doing a fly down, I did everything I could to keep that turkey from pitching out into the field by being a little bit more aggressive than I would usually be to a roosted bird, but at the same time trying to not overcall so he doesn't get hung up. And after sitting there in complete silence for a few minutes, I finally picked out the figure of a strutting, white-headed turkey slowly easing my way. And the turkey proceeded to hang up at about 55 yards right behind some deadfall, while he paced about back and forth in full strut. Meanwhile, I was silently sitting, ready to give a few three-note yelps as soon as it looked like he was losing attention and maybe about to leave. Oh my goodness. 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 I cannot believe this. Oh my word. I got this turkey. I thought I was never gonna get this thing. I thought, genuinely, oh my goodness. That was... They are going, there's still 2 gobblers over there going for it. He was right here, right behind the brush, like right here, just strutting back and forth, back and forth. And he was just sitting there strutting away, and I was there about 50 yards watching him, and I was like, come on around here. And finally, I thought he was gonna leave because I could hear stuff over there. So I was ready to look behind me and just direct some 3-note yelps back in that direction so he'd go that way. But he couldn't see what he was looking for. So finally he come along here and he was walking like this and came up in there to about 40 yards or a little bit further. And I ran after him, and he was right here at about kind of out of it. His head was obviously hit and was on this log here and ran, and I just shot him again. And good grief, that is like, let me take a look at this thing. But he's a mature gobbler. He's no 2-year-old. Oh, look at this sucker. Oh my word. I mean he's so pretty. He's got a lot fuller, prettier feathers than the other one did on opening day that I shot. But I mean, he's pretty. Nice mature bird. Exactly what I could ever imagine for. This time, the only thing I did different was I got along the edge of the ridge about 100 yards away from him. And he never heard me come in. And so I got in, I did a short fly down, nothing major, just beat my hat on my leg. And then and I cut hard eventually then. And he picked right up on it and went crazy over it and came right in, man. Oh, that is the ideal hunt there. I'm gonna take this guy back to the house and I'm gonna take his fan off and beard. I'm gonna keep it and get him butchered up so that he is ready to eat, and we're gonna eat him sometime. Anyways, which just goes all the more as being how lucky I am this season, but that was fun. I can't wait for the rest of the season. It's gonna be a good season. I can't wait to see what it holds, but I reckon there's only one way to find out.